My name is Gitau. I'm the Kustai village manager. And since Watoto Wenye Nguvu started, I started with Watoto Wenye Nguvu since the beginning. I'm the first employee of Watoto Wenye Nguvu. Yeah, and I introduced the other staff to this kind of job, the social work. Yeah, Kustai village started in 2005. And as I was doing my field work, I realized that there were so many needy cases. Child-headed families, some of the children were very, very small, they could not take care of themselves. And bad or neglected children. So when I started thinking about placing them in a better place, Elizabeth, I could talk to Elizabeth, she could house some of them. I had to in the beginning. And then we started placing them in other institutions and giving out for foster care. And we realized that there were big issues with the relatives of the children and the foster parents. Sometimes they could not get into good terms. Also the institutions that were placing the children, the children were not really adapting into those areas. Like some of them, we had Helen and Catherine. We had placed those two girls to an institution in Nairobi, whereby they were transferred to Kisii, and they really got sick, And we had to think about something else. We thought about having our own place. And most of the children didn't have shelter. Yeah, they were living in makeshift houses. It's like they were outside. And we realized part of the children, child need, and they really deserve to get their rights. So we talked with Jake and Elizabeth, and we decided to start an institution. First, we started in a 5-roomed house, whereby we recruited 5 boys and 12 girls. That is the first number of our institution. By then, we didn't have a name of Kusitawi. The children, because they were really vulnerable out there, they just called it Nyumba ya Usalama, which means safe house, because we were feeling safe in that shelter. So, and later, we had issues with the renting. We recruited also big boys, whereby we could not mix big boys and big girls. We rented 2 houses, and back in 2006, when we rented the safe house for girls, after 1 month we had problems with the owners of the house, and that's the time we decided to have our own place. And we talked with our sponsors, and they responded very well, and we are very grateful. But we bought now this place, Kustawi, 5 acres, and we built our first house, our first safe house here. And we moved in 2006, November. We first moved in the girls, and there were 40 girls. 40 of them. And the first house, we built it in a very fast. We built a small house, whereby the children were even sharing the bed, which is against the guidelines of the government. But we made them understand it's better they share the bed than to leave them where they were, which was unsafe. And when they came for their inspection, they were really mad, but we told them, okay, if we take them, they will be in danger. And they are in need of care and protection. If we take them out, they'll be in danger. So we asked them their advice, whether to take them back to their places or they share the bed, and they said they give us 1 year to construct a bigger house. And we promised that. And we are grateful to our sponsors because they did that. There was money for girls' house and the dining hall. The dining hall was constructed in 2007. Also, the girls' house started the same year, but got finished in 2008, August, whereby now the boys were shifted from Kilimambogo to here, Kustawi, and the girls moved into their big house. So the the house, the hostel for boys is enough for 30 boys, which is okay now.
And how many can the girls' house hold?
64.
And how many children do you have here total?
Total. We have 30 boys and 61 girls.
91.
But we are still taking care of 2 more. Yeah, they are not staying here, but they have rented just a nearby house, but they feed here. Yeah, always, because according to the guidelines, we are not supposed to keep over 18 years here, because they are adult and it is a children's institution. In case of anything, an accident, they are not covered by the Children's Act. So those who are over 18 are supposed to be out of the institution. And we have started an exit program whereby we prepare children immediately they are admitted. The exit program starts. Yeah, we start by counseling the children, and also if they are relatives, we also do counseling and follow-up of where the children will go back when they are over 18. And if they are economically stable and if the danger is no longer there, so the child can go back, even if they are not 18. Yeah. It's kind of rehabilitation, because we rehabilitate malnutrition, we rehabilitate stress by counseling those children, the wounded souls. So it's kind of a rehabilitation too, although we don't call it a rehabilitation, and we keep on reminding the children that it is a home for those who are needy only, not for indisciplined cases. So if they are indisciplined, we always remind them there is a rehabilitation for that. We call it the approved schools. So if we get a case of indiscipline and we've tried our best, we refer to a rehabilitation center. And then they are brought back after rehabilitation, they are brought back to Kustawi. We always tell them that this is not like a boarding school. This is our home, whereby we have a mother and a father. We call them uncles and aunties. And in our rooms, we have cubes, whereby we have a head of the room. And that each big girl has 4 children, or each big boy has 4 smaller boys. They take care of them. They know they are responsible for the others. And sometimes they even refer them as their mother and their father, the room readers. And, okay, they usually know that they are brothers and sisters, and they always refer to one another like that. And we usually tell them, even if we don't have our parents, we have one parent who is God. Some have parents, but there are some issues that have made them not to be with their parents there. So whenever we come here, we say we have one parent who is God. And we usually stay like that. So those who are in their rooms, they know how to stay with their family. And I usually teach them that whenever you come out from here, you'll have your own family. So you'll have to learn how to stay in a family, start from here.
What do you see for the future of Kusitawi? What would you like?
Okay. Yeah, like now, those who are graduating, they are going. Some come, they usually visit and talk to the children. And sometimes we don't have enough for those who are over 18. Sometimes they cannot stand on their own because they're still in school. So in future, I would like another house for the over 18 children, those who are over 18, so that they can take care of. They are not outside Kustawi, but they are not staying here, but they are in another neighborhood, and they can take care of themselves. So they are not like renting in other places. Yeah, I would like to have Kustawi village to be like a village, another house where we have an adult taking care of other adults. Okay, they stay together. Yeah, and maybe I'm looking forward to have staff houses in Kusitawi, like for the guards, so that we can, sometimes when they're out, I don't know what they're doing, and we don't know whether they are resting, and sometimes if they don't rest at night, during the day, they will sleep at night. So if we have their quarters around, it will be easier. And also for, like, I'd like to have a guest house for more volunteers. No, we don't have enough room for, like, if we get volunteers who want to come from America or somewhere else, want to come and stay around and be with the children. And the more you guys visit us, the more our children feel safe, they feel loved. Yeah, like that. I love what I do. It's in my heart, and I love the children. Okay, I'm trained as a nurse, taking care of those who are weak, and I believe this is a calling. Yeah, taking care of those who are very weak. I'm their legs, their lungs, their heart. I want them to get empowered and move on. So I feel I want to help them, those who are really less disadvantaged. I want them to get empowered and move on their own. Yeah, I can say this is a calling, and I don't have anything else to do, and I'm happy about what I'm doing.